Birds are headed to the bowl! What's going on? Philadelphia! Goodbye, Lamar! Goodbye, John! We are the baddest motherfuckers in town. You can hold Jalen Carter all game long and still have to get off the field. That's right. We got Cooper DeJean, who can't cool down, striking your king and saying, the prince is here, bitch. Woohoo! You can hold Saquon Barkley 5 for 25 for 2 quarters, and it doesn't fucking matter because he's going to get you. At some point or another, he's going to get you. Just like Nolan Smith, just like Zach Bond. We're rolling. Oh. I'll do it till I'm satisfied, whatever it is. That's right. Yes, I shaved my head. Yes, I'm feeling good. And what we are witnessing right now is the rebirth of a Buddy Ryan Hall of Fame type of defense. And I'm not sure if you remember, but this is what I was telling you 2 years ago. When that Kelly Green starts to waft over, when we see Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis start to flourish, and me being a Nakobe Dean hater, never thinking that he was ever going to look and feel and play as fast as we're looking at now. You go and sign a guy from New Orleans for $1.6 million to play linebacker for you. And Vic Fangio says, why don't we play him inside? And now he's an all-star, a stud. I am tired of talking about how good Cooper DeJean is, how good Quinyon Mitchell is. Oh, wait. No, I'm not. You've got Quinyon Mitchell tagging Zay Flowers for 15 yards on a crosser, on an absolute and no problem, no issue. 3 weeks, 4 weeks into this defense, everybody looks confused, maybe a little under-talented. We're still and kind of and always yelling at Avonte Maddox. The Ravens were very smart in this game. They threw the kitchen sink at Vic Fangio, and he collected it and said, fuck you, go home. And there is so much discussion about Saquon Barkley being MVP, and that discussion needs to stay at the top because that man is amazing. But I have to say, after seeing this season in perspective and backing up from it, Saquon doesn't have a season without Vic Fangio. Does not. Zero complaints when he does exotic things like having Josh Sweat cover Zay Flowers and be 100% correct on what the Ravens were going to call. 100% right about what the Ravens offense was going to do for about 3.5 quarters. Had the tone, the tact, and this is not a defense wins championships take. This is everybody that is in here that came about is special. Saquon Barkley is ungodly generational special. Vic Fangio is ungodly generational special. Jalen Carter is ungodly generation. 1 of 1. And maybe I'm being a little too simplistic this morning. Everybody keeps asking what changed for the Philadelphia Eagles. They got 3 to 4 new additions, all peaking at the right time. Your rookies on defense are playing like veterans. That's not just because of their talent. There's no way. It's impossible. We have seen this franchise shit in and shit out. Defensive backs, D-ends, D-tackles miss badly. And coaches have no idea what to do. Every single person in this unit knows exactly what to do. The 5th backup safety, the 6th backup DB. It doesn't matter who you put out there. These guys are ready to play. And yes, are there differences in talent levels when that happens? 100%. But no one misses a beat. Everyone is confident as fuck out there. And it is if they're not missing anybody, even though they're missing Darius Slay. Or now Reed Blankenship goes down. People are stepping up all over the place, and it's because of those guys. Because Saquon Barkley is the best player in the NFL this year. And he has had something to prove since he touched Philadelphia grass. And that is something we all thought coming into this, but now that we are seeing it in person, I just can't believe we are this lucky. We are this lucky. And this is what I keep thinking. They have yet to play their best game. offensively. They have yet to play it. They have probably played 2 or 3 of the greatest defensive games of the season so far, and I know that they have more in them. And Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith have not had their best games together. I don't think A.J. Brown has had his best game yet, largely due to injury and circumstance and all these other stuff that's happening around the first couple of weeks of the season, including learning Kellen Moore's offense. We have not seen it. And more importantly, we have not seen Jalen Hurts' best game. And I love the fact that everyone gets pissed off when he just completes 11 passes and the Eagles end up scoring almost, 25 points. And win. And that's what's frustrating. That is all of the talk that you have heard from NFL analysts that are saying, I just don't know what it is about the Eagles. I can't say that they're the best. It's because you don't like Jalen Hurts. That's number one. And number two, because you don't like Jalen Hurts, you don't believe that there is another way for this football team to win. And boy, oh boy, did Vic Fangio and Saquon Barkley and Kellen Moore fucking figure it out really quickly. And yes, lick Howie's cheeks, his butthole, his forehead, whatever you want to do. But the special thing that is happening with this team is the fact that they held out for Vic Fangio, and it was worth the Sean Desai, Jonathan Gannon bullshit. Because like I said, I see Buddy Ryan. The reason I see Buddy Ryan is not because it's an easy comparison when a defense is good, or even saying Jim Johnson. It's because Vic Fangio doesn't teach anyone his defense. Those guys I mentioned have tried to emulate it many times. And that is why everybody is suddenly like, oh, wow, this defense is really good. I thought everybody figured Vic Fangio out. I thought it was on its way out. It was never on its way out. He has no coaching tree. None. You know how many people he's taught his defense? 0. That's why it reminds me of Buddy Ryan. It keeps Vic Fangio employed. The only people that Buddy Ryan taught his defense was his sons. So his coaching tree is his family tree, and it just straight down. No one's enamored with Buddy Ryan because it was grinded out football, 3 yards a dozen. I'm sure there's a little bit of that. It's because it was a brand new defense that no one could do anything about. Nothing. No matter what you threw at it, they were going to kill you. And it reminds me so much of this Vic Fangio defense because of the pursuit of the football carrier. Whoever it is. Could be a passing play or running play. There are 3, 4, 5, 1,200 bodies the moment somebody has a football. That's what I mean in lockstep. With rookies and veterans, if you're creating a defense that typically, by everyone, from the inside telling us on the outside, that's a very hard defense to learn. And from the looks of it, it doesn't seem that hard to pick up. Or once you do have it, you really got it. But either way, these guys are playing as free and as open as possible, and that's why they're moving so fast to the ball. It's an incredible thing to see. And yes, offensively, there is so much praise to go to the offensive line, to the game calling overall, the fact that they hung around with the run, even though they were getting their ass kicked for the first half. And I think at this point, it is either time to admit that Nick Sirianni is a genius or his ignorance is bliss. Because either way, it is working. And I know you and I fight about the first quarter all of the time. But just think about this for a moment. Are they trying to tire these sons of bitches out? Throwing a bunch of jabs in the first quarter, knowing that that team is going to throw one of their best haymakers at you to try and get ahead early. And when they can't, because of Vic Fangio, when they can't, you would know exactly what they're going to do for the next 3 quarters, and the coaching staff as a whole, not Nick Sirianni, the coaching staff as a whole is so strong to recognize what they're throwing at you in game that they're ready to adjust by the second, third, and fourth quarters. Does that sound crazy? It doesn't sound crazy to me anymore. You are either on purpose playing like shit in the first quarter, which I think is hard to do, or you're sticking with Nick Sirianni's passing concepts. That's a possibility, but you can't win this many games being 17th in the league in points in the first half. You can't. There's got to be a strategy to this. And the thing that I think one of the reasons why I shave my head is because maybe it is a lot like we talked about last week. Nick is okay playing the dummy. And if Nick's playing dummy, he's doing a fantastic job at it. But whether you think that's a crazy theory or not, this team, the vibe of it and the pieces that it added are all hitting. And the last time that did happen was 2017. This feels like 2017, not 2022. There's too many things. There's injuries happening. We've lost one of our best veterans of all time during the season. There's so many comparisons to the depth of both of those and the questioning of those teams. Is this team really good enough? You're starting to hear, well, have they really played anybody? like it's fucking college football and there's like 68 teams. No, we know what the vibes are. They're dancing like crazy. Everybody's rooting for one another. So whatever's going in on that locker room is working. And Nick, you just tell me where to deliver the Little Caesars, brother, because we're going to the dance. This isn't, hey, let's see what happens while we play these boring-ass Panthers. Let's see what happens with Russell Wilson and the Steelers when they come home. This is me and you waiting for what we know is happening, which is a date with destiny in the NFC Championship game with the Lions. And to me, we're beating the Lions, either in Detroit or at home. It doesn't matter to me. They're getting to the Super Bowl. This is just waiting through December and enjoying the show because nothing is going to change from here until January. Nothing. This is an amazing thing to see, and guess what? It's only going to get better. Come find me at John Barchard, at Bell and the Bird on Instagram, on Twitter. Jump in the Discord. Let's go have some fucking fun, and more importantly, I will be at McGurk's in Horsham on the 15th, December 15th, for Steelers-Eagles at 4:25, which apparently it might be flexed. So be prepared for that, but I will be there. Chase, you will be there. If you need gifts for that day, I got you. And if you want to try the beer that me and Chase U created with Vault Brewing, well, it's going to be flowing that day. So please come out. Please say hi. And I will see you again this week because I want to keep talking about these guys. And it's time to go to the Discord for some bird bucket pulls because I want to know what you're thinking about the birds too. I'll see you soon. E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles!